Hey there, it's Deb Evans with Deb Evans Consulting and Woops. And can you tell I'm a little excited? I'm super excited to have
I just love every time I hear you say whoops.
Whoops. It's fun. So Jack Munson is here with me, longtime friend, social geek, social Joey. He's just social all over. Jack, before I go any further, I have to tell you, I am loving all that you're doing with Social Geek Radio.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
I know
I have a lot of
you're knocking it out of the park. Awesome,
thank you.
Awesome.
I have a lot of help on that end. I've surrounded myself with a lot of great guests over the past 4 or 5 months, and we've had good conversations, and it's been working out pretty well.
It's great content. Very good. And the other thing I get to announce to everybody, and I'm not sure who knows this yet, is that Social Joey is one of the approved suppliers for me and other
Yes.
Woops franchisees. So what a win. It's so cool. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
We'll get to continue to work together.
They can't keep us apart. Look at this. Yeah.
I know. It's great. So, because, we want to keep up the social, and I'm going to be wanting to really do it for the franchise side of it. So with that in mind, what I like to ask my guests is, what advice do you have for me? I mean, I've been a franchisee, but it's been a long time. So oh my God, have things changed in the social world since I was a franchisee in 1990?
How long ago was it that you were a franchisee?
From 1996 to 2004. So even since 2004.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't. We didn't have
non-existent.
Facebook in 2004. No. I wasn't using that. Email marketing, none of it.
Right. Wow. So it's a whole new world. So, I think the number one thing that I would say as a franchisee, you want to make sure that everything you're doing in social is local. And I know that's kind of a cliche at this point to say local social. Yeah. But something happened earlier this year on Facebook that's making this really, really important now. Facebook made some changes.
Yeah.
Go figure. And they're now really focusing on local businesses or local pages or local brands, however you want to refer to it. They're really wanting all of those pages to share content that is from a local publisher. So what you want to do is share community news. Your store is going to be in the Denver area, right?
Yeah.
So you want to share news and information from around Denver. So borrow things from publishers, and those publishers are going to love you for it. Borrow from the Denver newspapers and the Denver TV stations and local community blogs that are in Denver, and share that stuff. It's obviously not going to be about Woops. It's not going to be about macarons. It's not going to be about you specifically, but find stuff that's appropriate for your customers and the people who are coming to your kiosk and the people who you're doing business with. Maybe it's lifestyle stuff. Maybe it's parenting stuff. Maybe it's event stuff. Share that kind of stuff, and Facebook is going to look down upon you with much grace if you go onto Facebook now and just constantly promote. You're going to get clobbered. Right. So organic reach is tough enough right now. So it's even worse if all you're doing is basically trying to do an ad on your Facebook page. Okay. So keep the ads for the Facebook ads, right? And keep the organic stuff really about the community, what's going on in the community. You'll also get a lot of community building from what I like to call sharing this shareable content.
Right.
So if you're only putting up ads or promotional material, your fans probably aren't going to share that with their friends unless it's, really, really cool, which Woops is. But they're not going to share all of that stuff. But if you're sharing stuff about the local community, about schools, about lifestyle stuff, about upcoming events, people are going to share that with their friends. So in the long run, that will help you build your community too.
Okay. So would we apply that 80/20 rule? 80% should be about everyone else and maybe 20% about what you're doing within, my kiosk or?
Yeah, and I think I would update that to say keep that 20% completely on the paid advertising side.
Oh,
So almost all, especially as you're starting off, really build up that community and all of the organic stuff that you're putting out. We recommend at least one post per day.
okay.
Um, Probably no more than two. So, try to do one post per day on Facebook and some of the other channels too. But I think Facebook is going to be the place for you, maybe Instagram as well.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. I think
right.
Instagram will be big.
Yeah. And Whoops from the corporate level does a really nice job on Instagram because
They
it's,
do.
pretty pictures of those beautiful macaroons.
Yeah.
But I would do at least one a day and make all of those organic posts something that's about the local community or local things happening in the Denver area. And maybe once in a while, maybe once every couple of weeks, slip something in about something happening, with Whoops or happening at the store. If you've got an event happening or, something cool coming up for, Halloween or something like
Right.
that, that might be something that people would like to see and like to share. But you really want to start building up that credibility bank of local news from local publishers. So off the bat, I would say do all of your organic stuff that's not really branded Whoops, maybe a logo here or there once in a while, but you really want to get local stuff that people are going to share with their friends. At the same time, because let's face it, we're in business and you
Right.
need to sell some macaroons, right?
Those
That's where the
macaroons.
advertising comes in. So you want to do a healthy Facebook and Instagram local campaign from your local Facebook page and your
Right.
local Instagram account. And that's where you want to bring people in, get some store traffic going, get some conversions and get some new customers.
Cool. And that's where Social Joey comes in too, to help out with
I
that.
hope so. Yeah. We're seeing really good results these days when we do local advertising from a Facebook page by the franchisee. So not something that's coming down from corporate.
Right.
Here's another tip: if anybody's using the parent-child thing like we used to use back in the old days of 2012,
Right.
cut it,
I
get
do.
rid of it. Do not do parent-child anymore, because if you're pushing content down from the corporate level for the franchisees, it will appear on the page, but it's not showing up in the local news feed of people in that community. So you think you're getting out there, but you're getting absolutely no reach anymore. So
Yeah.
get rid of parent-child and do good, unique, local community stories on every Facebook page.
Cool. Good to know. I was like drinking from a fire hose.
Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Are you ready for the big grand opening? And I think that's my favorite part for a franchisee is this sort of pre-launch period.
Yeah.
Where you've got a grand opening coming up, because that's actually exciting news for a community that, hey, there's going to be a Whoops in the Denver area.
Yeah.
So get that word out and share that, and hopefully some other local businesses will share that as well.
Yeah. It's never too soon. I think it's not too soon, because we're hoping to open early September. Even if it's mid-September, it's like, okay, I've got a few weeks, so I can start, prepping the page as soon as I get the page up and running and get that stuff out there. So very good. Well, coming from the best, I will put all of that in.
Oh, please.
Oh, you got to give the kudos, because you guys know what you're doing. I really love the social side of a Jack Munson now, and Social Joey and Social Geek.
Thank you.
Quite
Thank you.
impressive.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun. So check us out at socialjoey.com. See, I had to slip in a little.
Oh, I was going to ask. Yeah, we need to know.
Socialjoey.com. We can help you with local stuff for franchisees and franchisors. And then Social Geek Radio is still on the air every Tuesday and Friday. You can hit us at socialgeekradio.com and iTunes. So we hope to see you there soon.
Everywhere. You know what? Before we go, and we were talking about this before we actually went live, as a franchisee, I like to, as a franchisor or supplier, I like to attend conferences and I like to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So we were talking about a conference that's coming up that I think will be of interest
Yeah,
to franchisees in Austin, Texas in October. So let's go ahead and do a quick little plug for that before we say goodbye.
absolutely. It's a conference that I think you're quite familiar with.
Love it.
We're referring to it as the conference formerly known as FranTech.
Right.
It is now known as the Franchise Marketing, Innovation, and Technology Conference. So MITCon, Marketing, Innovation, Technology. It's going to be in Austin, Texas this year. Coming back to Texas, that's where we've really had some of our best conferences. It will be the third Thursday in October. I believe that's the 18th and 19th in Austin, Texas at the Hilton there. So please join us. You can register now at franchise.org. We've got some great speakers lined up. We've got a lot of great sessions on marketing for franchises and for franchisees, as well as technology for franchises and franchisees. So if you're a supplier, if you're a brand, or if you're a local franchisee in Texas, please come on down to MITCon in Austin in October.
Cool. Yeah, I'm loving it because I'm now have the eyes of a franchisee. It's like, okay, where can I go? What can I learn? So I will spread the news. Thank you so much for your advice, Mr. Munson, and I'll be tuning into Social Geek here really soon.
All right. Thank you. Good night,
Thanks
everybody.
so much. Bye.